Greetings, loved ones. Today, we're going to talk about patterns of emotional abuse. To help get these messages out, please subscribe to our channel, follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, hit the like button, and please share these messages with others because you never know, just by doing so, you could save a life. When we think of domestic violence, most people think of physical abuse, but there are many forms of abuse that accompany and come before the physical abuse. In Gabby Pettito's case, the 911 video, we see her emotion, but it appears the officers are only addressing the issue of physical abuse and if they are both safe. If they had addressed the emotional abuse, they would have clearly seen from her demeanor that there was a serious problem. Emotional abuse always accompanies and in most cases precedes physical battering. Targeted, repeated emotional abuse can severely affect the victim's sense of self and of reality. So here is a list of emotionally abusive behaviors that abusers use against their partners. Think about these as I share this list with you. Abusers may make hostile jokes about the habits and faults of women. Abusers ignore victims' feelings. They withhold approval as a form of punishment. They yell and berate the victim. They label the victim with generally insulting terms such as crazy, bitch, and stupid. They repeatedly deliver a series of insults specific to the victim and designed to inflict maximum psychological damage. The abusers will repeatedly humiliate the victim in front of family members and others, and they will isolate the victim socially. Perhaps geographically sometimes as well, for example, by moving the family to a remote location. Abusers will blame the victim for all the abuser's troubles and failures. It's all her fault. I'm angry because you didn't cook dinner right, or the food was cold, or it wasn't ready when I walked in the door, or whatever it is. It's always the woman's fault, or the victim's fault. The abusers will threaten physical violence and retaliation against the victim, children, even other family members. They'll put down the victim's abilities as a mother, lover, worker, etc. They'll demand all of the victim's attention, and they usually resent the children. Abusers will tell the victims about their sexual affairs. They'll constantly accuse her of having affairs, even when she doesn't have the desire or freedom to have affairs. The abuser will give the victim the silent treatment. They'll threaten to abuse the children, or they'll threaten to get custody of them. The abuser will tell the victim she's got to stay with him because she needs him and she couldn't make it without him. The abusers will accuse the victim of being violent if she acts in any way to protect herself. They'll gaslight her so that she questions her sense of reality. The other thing that abusers do is that they force economic dependency. They prevent the victim from working, either by forbidding her to get a job or by making her life so chaotic that she gets fired, and or maybe he takes all of her money and controls all of the money. The abuser will put down or deny the victim's history, heritage, faith, values. Why do you vote Democrat? You're an idiot. Or why do you go to that church? There's no God. The abuser will hit the wall, not her, to display his power. The abuser will break personal items that have sentimental value to her as a message that he can break her too. The abuser will threaten, torture, or kill the pets. They'll threaten suicide if the victim doesn't stay with them or do what he wants. The abuser will spend hours just sitting there cleaning their guns or cleaning their knives in front of the victim, a silent threat. And the abusers, they'll threaten to kill her. They'll threaten to kill her children. They'll destroy her self-esteem. So when you see these behaviors, know that something is seriously wrong. Investigate to make sure that the person is safe and see if she needs any help. The question is not if you will encounter a victim of violence. The question before God is, what will you do when you do encounter them? This series is dedicated in honor of Gabby Pettito, a bright young woman whom the world has lost because of gender violence. You could be the person who saves a life. You are called. We're all called to be champions for justice. Those who suffer violence, they need to know that those who love them And sometimes even those who don't even know them will step out and reach out to them. Will give them the courage and give them a helping hand to leave before it is too late. If you're a victim of violence, know this: God loves you. He does not want you to suffer violence. He wants you to live free from violence in peace and tranquility. And if you are a victim of violence, and or if you're in a dangerous situation, please call 911 for help and reach out to somebody. Please reach out to somebody. Keep reaching out until somebody helps you. To get these messages out, please subscribe to our channel, follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, hit the like button, and please share these messages with others, because you never know, just by doing so, you could save a life. If your organization, your church, your ministry, school, or business would like for us to provide teachings and helpings to learn about violence and train your people, please contact me at my email address, which is available in the description. Tomorrow, we're going to talk about patterns of physical abuse. Until then, God bless you.